Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is video number 2, it's a double upload day. If you did not catch video number 1, the big debate, should Conor Gallagher stay, should Conor Gallagher go? You know, we heard about that Chelsea out of Fabrizio Romano today. Chelsea are looking to balance the books off of him, and that's going to be the priority, it seems like, for Chelsea, rather than actually just, you know, keep the player or sell the player because Chelsea want to. It's more a case of FFP, and they're going to try and get as much pure profit as possible. So regardless of even if the player wants to stay, which is the case, Chelsea are going to look to get rid. Check out the whole debate. Make sure you have a look here. Much appreciated. And join in the conversation in the comment section over there. Let's get into the news. Quite a lot's happened. We're going to pile through. Let's get cracking with the latest on Kendry Paez and what has gone down in the Ecuadorian national team, because Kendry Paez is obviously a part, and despite his young age, talented player, but he's a part of that team, and things went down. So let's check it out and let's see exactly where things stand, because this is a little wild. The Ecuadorian Football Federation are investigating video footage which appears to show 16-year-old wonder kid Kendry Paez partying with 2 teammates in a New York strip club whilst on international duty. This is pretty wild. Daily Mail says Ecuador threatened to axe senior stars after they took £17 million Chelsea wonder kid Kendry Paez, 16, to a New York strip club, where a teammate threw cash at strippers' house before a game while partying with £115 million Moises Caicedo. This is wild. This is wild. Now, let's give you a little bit of the lowdown on what is expected to come out of this, and then I'll give you my thoughts. Matt Law said Chelsea's teenage wonder kid Kendry Paez is expected to avoid any serious punishment after being taken to a New York strip club by senior members of the Ecuador squad before the team's defeat to Italy. I'm no surprise you lost, you know? How are you going to win after you've just been there? And by the way, how in the blue hell did Kendry Paez even get in? How does that happen? He doesn't even look 16, he looks 14. You know, I'd be asking ID 3 times, not even twice. What? How did this happen? And what in the blue hell is he even doing there in the first place, man? Listen, I'm not for it at all, that sort of environment, no. But listen, grown men, grown adults, you're responsible for yourselves. You do what you got to do. But to take a 16-year-old, that shows more on his teammates rather than him. He's 16. What the hell does he know? Let's be honest. Listen, he's 16. He's probably thought, oh my God, I'm going to go out clubbing for the first time. Oh, this is going to be wild. Like, he's probably buzzing. The other guys, his teammates, absolutely ridiculous, man. That's really bad. That's really bad, man. That's really bad. And again, how this happened, how he even got in the first place, I don't know. But he needs some guidance. He needs some good guidance, some proper professional guidance. So listen, this is wild. I'm hoping he doesn't get punished deeply, but I hope he gets told exactly just how deep this is and not to get too sucked in, because this is a lifestyle that's not very good to dip into at this age. Hell no. Hell no, man. At 16, all I was concerned about was FIFA and, you know, actually going out and playing some football. That's what my fun and leisure was. This is wild. It's wild. Let me know your thoughts down below. And yeah, absolutely irresponsible from the entire Ecuador setup. And I hope that the senior players get punished. I hope they get punished. Whoever was with him and allowed this to happen need to be severely punished. So let me know your thoughts. Let's dip to the latest on Victor Osimhen, Fabrizio. The interest from Chelsea in Victor Osimhen is still there. It will be important to understand what happens with the financial fair play situation because Chelsea don't want to overpay. Well, let's just put this into perspective. If Chelsea don't want to overpay, well, we're not getting him. Simple as that. And then get French football news quoted El Mattino in Italy saying this. According to El Mattino, Victor Osimhen's time at Napoli is coming to an end. While Chelsea have been extremely keen on targeting the forward this summer, PSG is Osimhen's dream move. Listen, whether it's his dream move or not. I don't actually know how reputable El Mattino are. I'll be honest, I don't know. Any Italians want to enlighten me in the comments? Grazie. Grazie mille. Grazie mille. So, when it comes to what I legit think Osimhen is going to do is, wherever he goes, it's not going to be Chelsea. You've just heard why. If Chelsea are not willing to overpay, forget it. Forget it. I know some people will be happy with that. And some will be like, hell no, we need to get Osimhen. The problem isn't even that. The problem is we're not going to get anyone of quality. Because we're going to be willing to put down the money, I think. Simple as that. And if a club like PSG are interested, we're not going to compete with their salary. It's just impossible. We can if we want to. We're going to choose not to. Because wage cap. And when you have to go out and get these sort of players, I'm sorry, there is no wage cap. You need to go and do what you got to do. Now, I'm not saying be stupid and go and put him on 400k a week. No. Got to be reasonable. But you can't be expecting to give a player like Osimhen or anyone on that level 150k a week. Yeah, maybe 10 years ago that would have worked. Not now. So, let me know your thoughts down below. I stick to my guns here. I do not believe Osimhen is coming to Chelsea. I think it's not happening. So, let me know your thoughts down below. Now, a bit of good news coming out of Chelsea. This is actually, I welcome this. I really, 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 really do welcome this. Check this out. Chelsea are offering a salary of $250,000 as they search for a new head of performance medicine to help injury issues. The new recruit will also oversee medicals of new signings as Chelsea look to add this summer. Obviously, meaning that Chelsea are looking to actually buy. So, this is great news. If we're being honest, now a salary of 250k for a head of performance medicine is a very decent salary. Let me just say, you will be okay, mate. You will be living. So when it comes to academic profession, of course, if you're a footballer, 250k a week, a year is poverty. But when coming to this, look, Chelsea absolutely need to get someone into this medical department that can steer the direction and get things in order. Things are not in order. And things haven't been in order since the entire medical team got shifted. We've not replaced adequately in that department or any department at the club, if we're being honest. So let's start somewhere. I welcome this. And this is, I agree with the fact that whoever's coming in also needs to oversee the medicals of the new signings. There needs to be one person that's overseeing everything and being responsible, who has the quality to be able to keep the medical academic level at its highest within the club. So I welcome this. And if this is what's happening, then cool, fantastic. Let's see what happens there. So let me know your thoughts down below. Now, someone that is still a Chelsea employee but is not at the club has been targeted. Who is this? Let's get into it. Yes, Ajax is very interested in signing Christopher Vivel as their new director of transfers. Several talks took place, but also with other candidates. No final decision yet, as Vivel has more options on the table, and he's still under contract at Chelsea. Ajax CEO Alex Kroos is a fan of Vivel, as also per Tim van Duzen 14. So some other geezer that must have reported it. This will be good for Ajax, I feel. And it's a shame we didn't get to see what Christopher Vivel was really about. We just never got to, because he saw what was going on and he's like, guys, see you later, I'm out. This is not what I signed up for, guys. Bye. And I'm curious to know what went down with Christopher Vivel. I really am. And let's see, maybe in future we will get the revelation. Maybe we will hear, we will know. Let's see. Let me know your thoughts. But if Ajax get him, fair play. Good acquisition for them. And I think he'll do well in an environment like Ajax for sure, because he comes from the Red Bull model. And the Red Bull model does adequately invest itself in trying to spot talent, but not just spot talent, try and keep the levels to a certain minimum whilst also apologies, looking to get players in and out on and off the timing belt, basically, or conveyor belt, whatever belt you want to say. So Christopher Vivel, for a model like Ajax, where they're very productive with their youth, their academy, and then they do tend to sell for hire, is something that's going to work out for them. I'm surprised that Vivel, it didn't work out. If that's the model at Chelsea, of course it is. But from what the whispers and what the streets are saying is that he just wasn't satisfied with what was going on. And if that's the case, I can't blame him one bit, because it's true. So let me know your thoughts down below. Now, the big boss has spoken. The final boss, if we're going to quote The Rock as of late. Unbelievable cinema, by the way, going on that side of the pond. But bring on WrestleMania, that's for sure. Unbelievable scenes. But in the football world, who's the final boss? Well, this guy. Exclusive Jose Mourinho interview. He done an interview with Fabrizio Romano, and that was revealed, that was launched today. So it is on Fabrizio's channel. And look, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, you know I love Jose, and I think he's the GOAT, and I think, you know, the absolute legend and class, right? But this interview absolutely screamed, right? It screamed, he didn't say this, but it screamed the vibe of the interview. And if you listen to everything carefully, it's basically Jose saying to all the clubs, listen, this is what I can offer for you. This is what I'm about. This is what I want. Who can match me? Come and get me. Basically, that was, I think, the whole point. I think this was a presentation to everyone of what Jose wants to do. A public presentation to let all the clubs know what he's on right now, what he's looking for. And it's a good way to do it because it's Fabrizio. Fabrizio is the biggest flipping voice in football media that there is right now. So there's one key takeaway from this interview, though, that I was like, yo, really? I didn't expect this. Let's read it. Here's the quote. Jose Mourinho said, I'm always going to be more than a coach. In some clubs, you're the coach. In other clubs, you have to be coach, technical director, communication director, image guy defending club and players. I want to be a coach. I was the coach at Inter, at Real Madrid, at Chelsea. In his first spell, he did say, this is a detail that wasn't put here. He did say at Chelsea in my first spell, so not the second spell. You can make of that whatever you will. At Porto, in some other clubs, I wasn't the coach. Man United. Tottenham. This is interesting because I always thought that at the clubs that he succeeded at, he was more than the coach. I was always under the impression that he enjoyed being the fully fledged manager. So the guy that's in charge of the say, I have the team based around my model. These are the players that I want. This is how I'm going to conduct things. We're going to do this on my terms, and not just in terms of the way that the team is coached, because he has to, of course, but the say within the club of how the team is being run and the direction of the team. I always was under the perception that it was Mourinho. He's saying that I just want to be a coach. Now, he's saying that he has been allocated that role before, and clearly he doesn't enjoy it. This goes hand in hand with what Thomas Tuchel said before he left Chelsea, where he was saying he just wants to coach. And I'm surprised that this is Jose's approach. But in the modern day now, it's a welcome approach. And maybe he's saying that because it's a welcome approach now. Maybe he doesn't want to get any grayer because it's a lot more responsibility and stress to deal with other things. But what he's looking for is a club with a proper structure that he can come in and blend with very nicely and just take charge of the team. Who's got that structure? I reckon... Well, you could argue Newcastle. Dan Ashworth is leaving, so they're going to have to get a new director. We'll see what happens there. But they've got something pretty solid. Maybe there. I can't think of really anywhere else, unless he takes a national team. Maybe the England job. That's not a structure. I mean, that's national football. He spoke about national football. He's clearly looking for club football. And I do think that he would want to come back to England because England's home for him. So... I don't think Chelsea, by the way. For anyone trying to say, and you know me, I'd take him tomorrow. But... What is Winstanley and Stewart structure? Please. So listen, let me know your thoughts. Where do you think Jose will go? That's the question. Now, let's shift over before we call a wraps on this video. The latest out of Real Madrid. This is a weird one. Real Madrid are not willing to pay more than 20 to 25 million euros for Davies. Higher offer from Madrid is ruled out. Davies has to show his commitment. This has come from El Chiringuito TV. So if you remember El Chiringuito, you know, Tic Tac. Do you remember Tic Tac? The whole Hazard saga, remember? And Mbappe and all of that. When Hazard got run down by El Chiringuito because he had a laugh with a couple of Chelsea players after we knocked them out of the Champions League. Good times. Or when Mbappe was meant to be coming and they're going Tic Tac. That show said this. Now that is a very Real Madrid invested channel or show. For them to come out and say this is a little weird. So I don't know if this is legit. Maybe it's legit. If it is, well, Chelsea, hello. Is it something you can beat? Surely you can pay more than 25 million euros. You know, come on. For a player like Davies, yes, please. So let me know. Do you think Real Madrid will get him? I think Real Madrid will get him. I reckon that this is maybe just, you know, mind games, business tactics, negotiation tactics, maybe just to try and bring the price down and get Bayern Munich to comply with a lower fee, perhaps. Maybe this is what it is. I still think he goes to Madrid and we'll see what happens. Now, one last bit of news, and this is going to be interesting for the Chelsea perspective. I want to get your opinion on this. Here's the latest from Florian Plettenberg. Martin Zubimendi, the 25-year-old, is still one of the most interesting candidates for the defensive midfield of FC Bayern. Bayern definitely want to sign a new number 6. Zubimendi can imagine a move to Bayern and is aware of the interest. His release clause in the summer is confirmed, 60 million euros. However, Bayern will only become concrete or not once the new coach is confirmed. Additionally, the future of Kimmich, Goretzka should be clarified before discussing new candidates. Can I just say, if Kimmich is available, what are we doing? What are we doing? You see, it's those sort of players that I'm talking about that we go in for to get some experience and some pedigree in this team. Do you know what I mean? You can't argue with that. So there's that. But what about Zubimendi? Talented player. Has done a lot of mileage for 25 years old. Has extensive European experience. Has won a couple of trophies, club and country. It's a decent defensive midfielder. I feel like where Chelsea should be, if we are even experimenting, right? Zubimendi is probably the type of player that you would tend to experiment on. Someone that you can look at and go, I have a basic minimum level that I know he can deliver at, but can he do more? And this is where I want to leave the opinion to you. Do you rate Zubimendi? Now, he can't really get into the Spain team because there's Rodri and there's also Fabian Ruiz. Now, Fabian Ruiz is another one. PSG top player. As far as I'm concerned, again, that's the sort of player that I think we should be targeting. But we're not going to because we don't want to pay. We don't want to pay the salary. So, you know, this is the issue. But do you rate Zubimendi? I came across this news and I was like, you know what? I'm going to ask all of you guys and just see your opinion on this. Now, I'm not saying go and get him, Chelsea. I'm just curious here. Zubimendi, do you rate him or not? This is just a personal question that I want to ask you guys. What do you think? Let me know. If you think he's rubbish, let me know. If you think he's top quality, let me know. As I said, personally, I think he's decent. But I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. And I will catch all of you tomorrow for a brand new video. Now, listen, before we end, I just want to clarify. England better beat Belgium. If not, you're going to hear from me tomorrow. Because I'm not going to live in a world where England have lost to Lukaku at Wembley. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So England, you better get yourselves together. And you better win tonight. Or else. Simple as that. I'm not allowing it, mate. No, I'm not allowing. I'm not allowing Lukaku to leave Wembley with, you know, laughs. No. If anything, Ben Chilwell, clamp him. Actually, no, we can't. We're trying to get rid of him and sell him. We don't want him injured. Oh, man, look, we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. I'll see you tomorrow. In a bit, people. Take care and peace.